Today on the Topping Show, Bud Light to pay to haul their swill away. California passes bill to stop stores from stopping thieves. Twitter fined $250 million for music copyright infringement. Pirelli tires, you have Italy versus China. The Flash movie flickers and dies. Minnesota gay bar drops Bud Light. Elemental movie flops. Nikola to lay off more employees. Ford highlights the threats of EVs from China. And American Airlines subsidiary is fined $15,000 for an employee that got sucked up into a jet, quite literally. All that and much, much more on The Topping Show. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in. Today's episode of Topping Show is sponsored by Topping Technologies. Topping Technologies is an IT value-added reseller and services company with a special proficiency in IT security. Heck, see their founder release twice a day. God say he's quite handsome and brilliant. He's me, that's the joke. If you're an IT leader, business owner, need a little assistance, you can reach the team at sales@toppingtechnologies.com. Now, going on to the political part of the podcast, you have California Senate passes a bill to prevent businesses from stopping theft. And no, this just should not really come as a surprise. This is a trend in California to allow crime to become rampant and average consumers become more and more being put in more and more dangerous situations. Now, this is specifically in reference to Senate Bill 553, which passed by a vote of 25 yay to 8 nay. So they want this policy. The people vote for the representatives and they vote for these policies. So you get exactly what you vote for. Now, this is coming off of last week when we reported one of the largest mall operators in the United States is leaving San Francisco because the crime, the drugs, the theft, the occupancy rate of their mall was 53%. And some might say malls are dying. Their average, so that was the one store, it was the Westfield Mall specifically, so I had a 53% occupancy, which means 53% of this whole mall had stores there trying to make a living. If they looked at the United States average for all the other stores, it was in the 90s. So it's not just an industry thing where malls are dying, it's specifically that area for the reasons I mentioned prior. Now, this bill would prevent employers from asking non-security personnel to confront a person involved in criminal activity. The California bill, if enacted by law, would also require employers to provide active shooter training to workers, keep a log of any violent incidents, and allow companies to apply for workplace violence restraining orders. Now, that is one of the most... Now, this law is actually beyond moronic and morally vacuous as well, since you're taking away more people's ability to defend themselves. But they say keep a log of all the violent activities. Why? Your district attorneys will not prosecute them. If you remember Whole Foods? One of the most left, in terms of political affiliations, they're extremely left-wing, headquartered in Austin, Texas. They had to abandon their San Francisco store because within about, 13 months, they had filed over 834 police reports. And all, not just 3 or 4, all of their carts were stolen. So they're saying to keep a logbook. Keep a logbook and maybe we'll do something. You won't. That's just, again, useless paperwork, useless tying up of business resources. And even the California Retailers Association was mocking the move as an open invitation for thieves to, quote, come in and steal, unquote. Which I never thought I would agree with a California association, but in this case, they're quite on point because yeah, every retailer business owner should be fervently against this bill because it will negatively impact the company. It just empowers thieves more and more. Like, not even they on top of passing a law that says they basically will not prosecute anything stolen below $900 or $950. They actually moved down the classification of the crime to, I believe, is now a misdemeanor, and they're not prosecuting it. Which is why there's myriads of videos on the internet of people going in stores, stealing things, and leaving. And nobody stops them, which again, inherently, is a vicious cycle. It just gets worse and worse and worse. You're not just like the Bud Light thing. They're all abdicating fully from their responsibility. They're not addressing the problems head on. And I know many businesses argue that their insurance rates might go up. They have employee liability. As a society, I think we need to come together with these insurance companies and talk about what's the moral implications and what's the societal downside of this current policy, because the current policy is not working. The thefts are increasing. Target is projected to lose $400 million in theft in 2023. 400 million in products just gone. That's more money than most people can possibly comprehend in a lifetime, and that's just how much money they're losing in just materials walking off the store shelves. This problem is only going to get worse and worse and worse until we hire district attorneys to actually prosecute people and do their jobs. Yes, we also need to change the laws, talk to the insurance companies to say, this might hurt you in the short term. Yes, it is unfortunate. There is a risk of bad things happening. But you should always give your employees the chance to defend themselves. Well, unless you're in California, you're not allowed to do that, unfortunately. But it's one of those instances where even just a fiscal, if you're an insurance company, the fiscal long-term impact of this is not good because these businesses are losing money on inventory. Most of the time, I would suspect they file an insurance claim since they have some type of insurance around theft. What's that long-term cost compared to, let's get hard on crime and give businesses the power to say, hey, if you threaten our employees or steal our products, it's not going to happen again. You're either going to be stopped permanently, you're going to be thrown in jail, we're going to prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. So it's not a single variable issue. You need to have all these groups of people and all these organizations come together. But if you do that, retailers will once again be secure, provide a secure, great experience for the end user. Everyone will profit and society will be infinitely better. And it's just, I can't imagine the struggle being a business owner in California. That's not only are people leaving the state in droves, but you have increasing taxes, and I mean it's got to be rough. And I feel for those business owners. I implore them to leave the state as soon as humanly possible. And I've been following this for a while. I don't see a business moving to California. There's been hundreds of businesses leaving California in the past 24, 36 months, especially. I've yet to find a single one move to California. Let me know in the comments if you've seen a single one. I'd be shocked. Thank you everyone for taking the time to tune in today. Can't thank you enough for you taking the time to like, subscribe, and comment. Each one of those things greatly helps the channel grow and develop. We greatly appreciate your feedback as well. Also, don't forget to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe, fight the good fight.